Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this year's virtual Veterans Day program. At this time, please join Max Creek Senior Class President Bailey Taylor in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Max Creek High School Choir in the singing of our national anthem.
Hello, please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, and welcome again to Max Creek's annual ceremony to honor our veterans. Our national anthem is filled with tradition and an excellent reminder of our nation's rich heritage. The anthem starts virtually every sporting activity and special event in our nation. However, did you know that the author, Francis Scott Key, wrote 3 more stanzas? Since Key wrote the words as a poem that was later put to music, I think it is fitting that I read at least part of it aloud to you this morning. The poem, The Defense of Fort McHenry, was written by Key in 1814 after he witnessed the bombardment of Fort McHenry by the British Royal Navy in Chesapeake Bay during the War of 1812. You are very familiar with the first stanza that the choir just sang, but the second stanza answers the question, "Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?" that was asked at the end of the first. Key, of course, was uncertain of the outcome of the battle and could not tell in the dawn's early light if it was the British flag that was waving or the American flag. Once he realizes that it is our star-spangled banner blowing proudly in the breeze, he goes on to the third stanza, in which he tells us what he thought about the British. As you can imagine, he doesn't hold any punches. It is in this final stanza that I would like to focus upon and ask that you listen closely, as it directly correlates to why we are here today. Oh, thus be it ever, when freemen shall stand between their loved home and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must, when our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. I chose to share the final stanza of this honored song with you as we prepare to honor our veterans, because it captures the essence of why our country must have armed services and continually call its citizens to service and sacrifice. First, it reminds me that freedom is not free, and as the song states, "Oh, thus be it ever, when freemen shall stand between their loved home and the war's desolation." In short, we are a great nation because our citizens have chosen to make it that way, especially those who have chosen to leave the comforts of home to serve, sacrifice, and protect. Just think about what inspired Francis Scott Key to write these stanzas, how proud he felt that after the American Revolution, while the world wondered if our great American experiment would succeed, he was proud that our country had preserved and proven itself through its first major conflict in the War of 1812. We should feel no different today each time one of our brave men and women go forth to further our nation's causes of freedom and justice for all. We should always be mindful of the fact that freedom comes at a very high price. Quite literally, men and women have bled and died to secure the freedom that we now know and enjoy today. Therefore, it is my sincere hope that as we honor our brave veterans today and learn a little bit about each one and the call to duty that they chose to answer, we will reflect upon what it truly means to be an American citizen and have a newfound appreciation of the blessed privileges that we have in our country. It is also my hope that through the example of you heroes, each one of us will seek ways to serve and continue to give back to this great nation that has given so much for each of us. Thank you.
E5 Ken Seaholm served in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1971. In Vietnam, Ken served as a door gunner and received the Gallantry Cross and the Purple Heart. Thank you for your service. LTC James W. Kumper served in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1994. As an engineer, James received the Bronze Star Vietnam Service Award and the Vietnam Campaign Medal. Thank you for your service. E3 Levon Dawson served in the U.S. Navy from 1966 to 1969 as a seaman. Levon spent 2 tours in Vietnam and was stationed in Vung Tour, earning the National Defense Medal, Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, Korea, Vietnam Service Medal with 4 Bronze Stars, and the Vietnam Campaign Medal. Thank you for your service. Louis DeVreg served in the U.S. Army from 1951 to 1952 and was stationed in Japan. Thank you for your service. Mark C. Dodd served in the U.S. Navy as a SEAL from 1994 to 2003. Mark was stationed in Iraq for 4 years. Thank you for your service. Specialist 5th Class Donald Durham served in the Army from 1970 to 1972. Stationed in Vietnam, Donald served in the truck driving supply. Thank you for your service.
E4 Mike Hurley Kingston, U.S. Army. He served from October 82 to November 89. He was stationed in Texas, Arizona, Indiana, Virginia, and Germany. His MOS was 73C Finance. He was rewarded with Arkham 2nd Oak Leaf. Thank you for your service. PFC Joshua Kingston, Army. He served from 2008 to 2012. He was stationed in Springfield. His MOS was Medic. He was rewarded with the Army Achievement Medal. Thank you for your service. E7 Marcus Ehrenbrigg, Army National Guard. He served from 1982 to 2012. He was stationed in Iraq and Afghanistan. His MOS was 21B. He was rewarded with AMM, NAM, and MUC. Thank you for your service. Staff Sergeant Cade Yeagle, Air Force. Thank you for your service. CPL Robert Barkley, Marine. He served from 1977 to 1986, stationed at Camp Pendleton. His MOS was 3051 Supply. He was rewarded with Good Conduct Medal, Sea Service Deployment Ribbon. Thank you for your service. E5 Cecil E. Adams, Army. He served from March 1969 to March 1971 and was stationed in Vietnam. His MOS was Infantry. He was rewarded the Bronze Star for overseas combat. Thank you for your service.
Staff Sergeant Mike Clough, Marine Corps. He served from 1972 to 1976. He was stationed in Camp Pendleton, California, and his MOS was Military Police. He was awarded the Service Award for time served out of country. Thank you for your service. Spec 4 Billy Creech. He was in the Army and served from November of 1966 to October of 1968. He was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. His MOS was 63B10, and he was awarded the Vietnam Service Medal and the Good Conduct Medal. Thank you for your service. Yeoman Second Class Gerald Fatten. He served in the Coast Guard from May of 1958 to May of 1962. He was stationed in Long Beach, California. Thank you for your service. E4 Rod Goldberg, Navy, served from 1983 to 1986. He was stationed in Mayport, Florida. His MOS was MS3 Management Specialist, 3rd Class. He was awarded the Service Deployment Ribbon, the Battle Ribbon, the Navy Expeditionary Medal, and the Meritus Unit Accommodation. Thank you for your service. SC9 David Hazel. He served in the Army from 1968 to 1970. He was stationed in Vietnam. His MOS was wireman. Thank you for your service.
Staff Sergeant Dave Wise, Army, served from February 2011 to present day. He was stationed in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. His MOS is 12 Seabridge crew member. He has been awarded Army Commendation twice and Army Achievement twice. Thank you for your service. Captain Austin White, Army, National Guard. He served from 2012 to present day. He was stationed in Washington, D.C. His MOS is Intelligence. Thank you for your service. SP4 Gary Wiggins, Army, served from 1967 to 1969. He was stationed in Vietnam. Thank you for your service. E4 Jesse Keith Willis, Army, served from 1971 to 1972. He was stationed in Fort Bennings, Georgia. His MOS was Artillery. He was awarded Expert Shooter. Thank you for your service. E4 Jerry Willis, Army, served from 1968 to 1970. Was stationed in Vietnam. His MOS was Signal Corps. Thank you for your service.
Grandpa Rick Martin, thank you for being in the military. Thank you for helping the world. Thank you.
Master Sergeant Andy Hill. He served in the United States Marine Corps from 1984 to 2005. He was stationed in Oceanside, California, Okinawa, Japan, and Dodge City, Kansas. His MOS was Amphibious Assault Vehicle Mechanic and Diesel Mechanic. Thank you for your service. Michael Lee Hodges. He served in the Army since 2007 to 2011 and was stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. His MOS was being a sniper. He was rewarded with a sniper reward. Thank you for your service. Lloyd Eric Hoover. He served in the Army since 1986 to 1992, and he was stationed in Colorado, Korea, and Alaska. He also served in the National Guard since 1994 to 2008. He was stationed at Arkansas. His MOS, 75 Charlie and 75 Bravo. He was rewarded with Meritus Medal, Southwest Asia Service Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Expert Marksmanship, Good Conduct Medal, Driver's Badge. Thank you for your service. Raymond Haig. He served in the Army since 1976 to 1979, and he was stationed in Fort Leonard Wood. Thank you for your service. Willa Darwin Hicks. She served in the Army since 1942 to 1945, and she was stationed...
Staff Sergeant Michael A. Reed served in the U.S. Army from 1969 to 1989. His MOS was Cook 94320 and Elec 31J40. Thank you for your service. Chief Master Sergeant Bud Riley served in the United States Air Force from August 1969 to June 1977 and June 1985 through September 2004. He is now retired. He was stationed in Okinawa, South Carolina, Grissom Air Force Base, Indiana, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, and Tinker Air Force Base, Oklahoma. His MOS was Radar Operator and Military Personnel Flight Superintendent. He was rewarded the Air Force Achievement Medal, 2 Air Force Commendation Medals, and 4 Air Force Meritorious Service Medals. Thank you for your service. Sergeant Greg Roeder served in the U.S. Army from September 1988 through July 1991. He was stationed in multiple combat deployments. His MOS was military police and military intelligence. Thank you for your service. Staff Sergeant Philip Sharp serves in the U.S. Army from April 2008 to the present. He is stationed in Fort Leonard Wood. His MOS is 12B Combat Engineer and has been awarded as Drill Sergeant and Master Gunner. Thank you for your service. SPC Brian Shepard is served in the U.S. Army National Guard from June 2006 to June 2012 in Aurora, Missouri. His MOS was a truck driver. Thank you for your service.
I'm honoring my grandpa Rocky. Thank you for your service, and thank you for fighting for us.
PFC E3 Kyle Birch of the Army National Guard. He served August 28th, 2013 through the present. He was stationed in Springfield, Missouri, and his MOS was 68W Medic. Thank you for your service. Staff Sergeant Gabriel Cruz of the Army served September 22nd, 2018 through the present, and he was stationed in Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, and his MOS was 91H, track vehicle mechanic, and they were awarded the Iraqi Campaign Medal, the Afghanistan Campaign Medal, and the Army Commendation Medal. Thank you for your service. SSG James Cantwell of the Army National Guard, who served August 2003 through August 2015, stationed in Warrensburg, Missouri, and his MOS was 15Y. Thank you for your service. SK3 Gary Davis of the Navy served 1977 through 1981. He was stationed in Cuba, and his MOS was a storekeeper. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm thanking my mom, Brooke, for her service in the Marine Corps. I'm also thanking my dad, James, for his service in the Navy. Thank you.
Master Sergeant named John J. Bates, Branch U.S. Air Force, served 1962 through 1982, stationed in Texas, Missouri, England, Florida, Korea, Thailand, and Michigan. He was rewarded Armed Forces Expedition, Vietnam Service, Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal, Air Force Outstanding Unit Award, Air Force Commendation Medal, Republic Vietnam Gallantry. E4, thank you for your service. E4 Cody Beeman, U.S. Marine Corps. He served from May of 1991 to June 1995 and was stationed in Japan and Camp Pendleton. His MOS was mechanic and record operator. Thank you for your service. E5 Stephen A. Brown, Army. He served from August 1977 to August 1981. He was stationed in South Korea. His MOS was C4-C-10 truck driver, and he received the Good Conduct Medal. Thank you for your service. Staff Sergeant Jacob Badbury, Army. He served from January 2013 to present. He was stationed in Fort Leonard Wood. His MOS, 12B. He became Drill Sergeant. Thank you for your service. Tech Sergeant Ed Bourne, Branch Air Force. He served 1967 through 1988, stationed in Jawan, Thailand, Korea, Vietnam, White Man Air Force Base, Kola, Conister, Missouri. His MOS provided security to missile sites in Missouri, provided security clearance and access to classified material and weapons. He was awarded Bronze Star for service in Vietnam Air Force Commendation Medal for 351st Security Police Ground for White Man Air Force Base. Thank you for your service.
Specialist Sherry Stevenson, Army. She served from 1983 to 1993. She was stationed in Fort Riley, Kansas, and Fort Meade, Maryland. Her MOS was an Army Specialist and a Food Inspector. She was awarded the Good Conduct Medal and Army Achievement Award. Thank you for your service. Specialist Jim Stetson, Army. He served from May 2nd to 1968 to February 26th of 1970. He was stationed in Vietnam, and his MOS was working on the pipeline. Thank you for your service. Sergeant James H. Stewart, United States Air Force. He served from February 1970 to February of 1974. He was stationed in Kansas and Mississippi, and his MOS was ground support. Thank you for your service. Sergeant Russell Swenson, Army. He served from October of 1996 to October of 2002. He was stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and his MOS was Carpentry Measures and Specialist Combat Airborne. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm thanking my friend Mike McLean for serving our country. Thank you for your service.
Sergeant Darwin Campbell, United States Army. He served from 2006 to 2010 and was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, and Fort Bragg, North Carolina. His MOS was 11 B2P Airborne Ranger. He was rewarded with AirCom's Bronze Leaf and Acorn and Coalition Awards. Thank you for your service. Master Sergeant Ed Davis, Army Reserves. He has served since 1998 and has been stationed in Kuwait, Afghanistan, Syria, and Iraq. His MOS was engineering. He was rewarded with 10 Army Achievement Medals and 2 Bronze Stars. Thank you for your service. E3 Stephen X. Hawksing, United States Navy. He served from 1971 to 1977 and was stationed in San Diego and Long Beach, California. His MOS was Tech Anti-Sub Rockets. Thank you for your service. Private E1 Alec Kinder, Army National Guard. He has served since 2013. His MOS is 12 Bravo Combat Engineer. Thank you for your service. Lynn Hunt, thank you for your service. SSG John Shruga, Army. He has served since March of 2012, and he's been stationed in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. His MOS is 12B Combat Engineer. He was rewarded Drill Sergeant, Airborne, Air Assault, and the Combat Action Badge. Thank you for your service. Specialist Jason Smothers, Army. He has served from August of 2002 to July of 2007 and was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia. His MOS was 13B Archery and 19D PSD Operator. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm honoring my grandpa, Choozy, and thank you for your service.
CPI Jeffrey Leeper in the U.S. Marine Corps served from 2005 and still present. He was stationed in Afghanistan, Iraq. He's MOS Mechanic Combat Marksmanship. He was awarded 12 Commendation Purple Heart Combat Ribbon. Thank you for your service. Army SP4 Jackie Mulder in the Army served from 1965 through 1967. She was stationed in Germany, Landshut. Her MOS was 63 B30 Wheel Mechanic. She was rewarded Driving Rodeo Expert Rifle. Thank you for your service. Corporal Earl L. Mulder in the Army served from 1951 through 1953. He was stationed in Korea. He was rewarded Korean Campaign Medal. Thank you for your service. CPO Ace D. Martin in the Navy served from 1950 through 1983. He was stationed in Reserve. His MOS was Hull Tech. Thank you for your service. Command Sergeant Major Lewis F. Lurt in the U.S. Army served from 1956 through 1987. He was stationed in Vietnam, Korea, and Germany. His MOS was OOI 50. He was awarded Bronze Star Medal. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, great-great-grandpa, and thank you for saving the world.
Sergeant Kenneth Parker, Marine Corps. He served from 1951 to 1954 and was stationed in Korea, Pendleton, and North Carolina. He was awarded the UN Medal, Korea Service Medal, 1st Marine Medallion, Good Conduct Medal, and Marksmanship Medal. Thank you for your service. E5 Wendell Peacock, Navy. He served from January 1969 to March 1973 and was stationed in Japan for 2 years. Thank you for your service. E4 Charles Pitts, Army. Served from September 1988 to July 1992 and was stationed in Germany. His MOS was 12C, 12B. He was awarded the Defense Medal and served in Operation Desert Storm. Thank you for your service. Chief Master Sergeant Mike Puckett, Air Force. Served from 1973 to 1996 and was stationed in Vietnam, Texas, Illinois, Colorado, and Operation Desert Storm. He was awarded the Commendation Medal, Good Conduct Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Desert Storm Service Medal, and the Presidential Unit Citation. Thank you for your service. Sergeant First Class Dylan Rainey, Army. Served since April 2003 and is currently stationed in Fort Leonard Wood. His MOS is 12B Combat Engineer. He has been awarded the Army Commendation 5 times, Army Achievement 4 times, Air Soul and Air Force Commendation. Thank you for your service. E3 Kelly Smith, Navy. Served from 1974 to 1979. Stationed in Okinawa. He was awarded Fire Chief White Beach and National Defense Missile Prep 2000. Thank you for your service. E5 Richard Smith, Marine Corps. Served from 1965 to 1969 and 1984 to 1988. Stationed in El Toro, California. His MOS was runway setup, mortarman, and rifle and pistol instructor. He was awarded Good Conduct and the National Defense Medal. Thank you for your service. PFC Wendell L. Smith, Army. Served from 1958 to 1961. Stationed in Germany. His MOS was 1st MSL Battalion, 33rd Artillery, Ammo Supply. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm honoring my cousin Adam Mankey. Thank you for your service.
Chief Petty Officer Wayne Jacobson, Navy. He served from 1967 to 1971, then from 1976 to 1995. He was stationed in the USS Shasta and the USS Marias. His MOS was boatsmate. He was awarded the Unit Commendation. Thank you for your service. Airman First Class Phil Jones, Air Force. He served from 1955 to 1959. He was stationed in France and Germany. Thank you for your service. Sergeant John Johnson, U.S. Army. He served from 1978 to 1993. He was stationed in Germany. His MOS was 13B and 11B. Thank you for your service. Captain D.C. Peterson, Air Force. He served from 1943 to 1945. He was stationed in Guam. He was awarded the Bronze Star. Thank you for your service. Chief Master Sergeant Charles Kempko, U.S. Air Force. He served from January 1978 to November 2004. He was stationed in Japan, Utah, Florida, Korea, Illinois, and Germany. Thank you for your service. Brantley Kiltner, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Grandpa Ben, and thank you for saving the world.
E4 David Silvers, Navy. He served from 1964 to 1970 and was stationed in Vietnam. His MOS was Radio Inland and he received awards in national defense, the Vietnam Service Award, 2 Vietnam Medals, and 2 Bronze Stars. Thank you for your service. Sergeant E5 Billy G. Taylor, Army. He served from February 13, 1967 through February 13, 1969 and was stationed in Korea. His MOS was radio teletype and he was a sharpshooter. Thank you for your service. Sergeant Donald Tompkins, Army. He served from 1996 to 2002 and was stationed in Germany, and his MOS was Cavalry Scout. Thank you for your service. SPS Gerald Walter, Army. He served from August 1967 to 1970 and was stationed in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Belvoir, Virginia, Korea, and Fort Riley, Kansas. His MOS was Combat Engineer Specialist. Thank you for your service. CPL Don Waters, United States Marine Corps. He served from 1960 to 1964 and was stationed in California. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm thanking my grandpa Jerry Addington for his service in the Navy. He served from 1977 to 1981 in Concord, California. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm thanking my grandpa Michael Jurgensen for his service in the Army. I'm also thanking Reynold Kennedy for his service in the U.S. Air Forces. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Grandma Darlene, and thank you for saving the world.
Today I would like to thank my grandma Janet Harris for her service in the U.S. Army. I would also like to thank my grandpa Robert Harris for his service in the Army. Thank you for your service.
I'm here to thank my grandpa Kenneth Spencer for his service in the Navy. Thank you.
Today I'm thanking my Uncle Robert for serving in the military. Thank you.
Today I'm honoring E4 Ed McKenzie for his service in the Army. Ed served from June of 1972 to July of 1975. He was stationed in Europe and his MOS was infantry. Thank you for your service.
Today I am honoring Larry Edelman, also known as my grandfather, for serving his country.
I'm honoring my grandpa Jim. Thank you for your service.
Today I'm thanking my grandmother Andrea Cheek for her service in the U.S. Army.
Today I'm thanking my great-grandpa Jim Martindale for his service in the Army. I am also thanking my great-grandpa Charles Kennett, who served in the Navy. Thank you for your service.
Today I am thanking my grandpa Pete Willis, who is in the Army. Thank you for your service. I'm also thanking Raymond Green, my grandpa, who is also in the Army. Thank you for your service. I'm also thanking my grandpa Dwayne Howard, who was in the U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service.
Recognizing the service of Alan Brashears.
Today I am thanking my mom, Airman Sherry Brooks, who served in the U.S. Navy from March of 1990 to November of 1991 in Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you, Mom, for your service.
Hi there. Today I'd like to thank my great-grandpa Lawrence Euler for his service in the Army, Air Force, and the Army National Guard. He served in the Army from October 1946 through December of 1947, the Air Force from January 1951 through November of 1953, and the National Guard from 1957 through 1961. I'd like to thank my great-grandpa for his service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Ralph Hicks, for serving in the military and the Army.
Today I am honoring my great-grandpa, Corporal Donald Bishop, for his service in the Army from 1951 to 1953 as a combat engineer. Thank you for your service.
Airman First Class Amber McDonald, Air Force. She served from November of 2009 to January of 2012 and was stationed in Anchorage, Alaska. Her MOS was IN-3. Thank you for your service. Nikki Hartland, Petty Officer, 2nd Class, U.S. Navy. She was stationed in San Diego, California, and received honors including Iraqi War Sharpshooter Rifle, Operation Enduring, and Freedom Operation. Thank you for your service.
Today we are honoring our grandpa James Waymeyer.
He served in the U.S. Army National Guard. He was stationed in Vietnam and Germany.
His MOS was Helicopter Crew Chief and Door Gunner.
Thank you for your service.
Before our ceremony closes, I would like to share a poem with you as a final thank you. While we were here at home, they traveled land and sea to make sure that we stayed safe, to protect and keep us free. Words are not enough to give them what they're due. On Veterans Day, please thank them for their service to me and to you. Thank you all for watching our presentation on Veterans Day, and from all of us here at Max Creek School, thank you for your sacrifice, service, and the bravery that you've shown for this country.